everybody, welcome to the Week 2 match recap. This is going to be a short one, so let's just jump right into it. The first thing you're going to notice if you look at the results is that the NLRA Wizards completely dominated this match. They almost doubled the points of the next closest competitors, which are Harbor City. If we can look at their best match, and why don't we tweak the settings so we can actually see what's going on. Change the background and the color. And which one is NLRA? It is this tank here, I believe. And you know what? As it turns out, NLRA didn't modify their tank very substantially. They basically added teleporting to their existing design. So that tells you that they had a very strong design and a good showing this match. Okay, let's go back to the results. And we see Harbor City moved up. So if we look at the previous match, Harbor City moved up one position and the Fighting Moose moved down one position. Harbor City didn't actually update their tank. There's no change there. The Fighting Moose did update their tank quite a bit, so why don't we see what their results look like. And the Fighting Moose are this sort of large zoned gray tank. They do quite well this round. And of course you saw that they teleported there right at the end. So obviously they also added the ability to teleport, which presumably is come in handy. And also NLRA also added the teleport command. Okay. Let's put this back. All right, then the big story, aside from NLRA's huge victory here and Harbor City moving up one notch, but you know, it was a close victory over the Fighting Moose here. But the big story is that Washburn went from 11th place in the first round to 4th place in the second round. So I think that's something that's worth looking at. Let's take a look at their performance. So Washburn is the red tank. We see they're teleporting. They're doing quite well. They have a kind of a sweeping back and forth sensor turret thing going on. A lot of good teleporting action there. Let's look at their old tank just for reference. Okay, this was Washburn's tank before, so they've really put a lot of work into their tank, made an effective design, and really got a huge benefit out of it. My one comment to Washburn might be, I'm not sure here, but when I look at this, it almost looks like the turret is skipping positions. So I'm not sure, you may or may not be missing some spots where if the tank turret is actually skipping over locations, it may be missing. So you might want to have it sweep a little more slowly. Basically, if it's hopping positions, it might actually be missing tanks. That could cause problems for you. So that would be my one comment for Washburn. But all in all, super great job. You've done a tremendous job, really improved your performance. Grantsburg wasn't able to update, and that brings us to Marshall, but Grantsburg didn't change positions. So that brings us to Marshall. Let's look at Marshall's former tank. So here was their best tank. They were in 8th place. Marshall's purple, and they have a kind of a front cone again and a full sweep obviously they did okay. Now if we look at their new tank, the Marshall Hilltoppers, they still have their comb design, but they actually have expanded out their other sensors to fill the full range. And I don't know offhand if Marshall implemented teleporting or not. My guess is they probably did, but in their best round here we don't actually see the teleporting happen. But most tanks did implement teleporting, those that did update their tanks. And in several cases, in particular Washburn is a good demo. I think they teleport 3 or 4 times in this video of how teleporting can get you out of some sticky situations. So tremendous hats off to NLRA for their amazing victory, for the teams that have moved up, especially Washburn moving up from 11th place to 4th place. That's really tremendous. You're all to be congratulated. And this week, of course, the challenge is doing more with less. So 4 sensors only and 11 rounds of ammo. We've also added the get ammo command, so you can check how much ammo you have and maybe change your strategy if you run out of ammo or are getting low on ammo. Oh yes, and I almost forgot to show you the full results. So we've totaled the points from the first 2 matches. That puts NLRA in the lead with almost 39 points, Harbor City with 25, almost 26, Duluth Fighting Moose with 25.5, ESCO with 18, Grantsburg with 17, Spooner Rails with almost 15, Washburn with 14.5, Marshall with 13.5 or so, Mountain Iron Buell with about 13, Chisholm with about 10, and Northeast Range with about 9. So work on those budget tanks and see what you can do, because I think this could really, the next round might really shake up the results, because the former designs may not hold up very well. So give it a chance, see what you can do, and we'll look forward to seeing you next week. Thanks.